Welcome back to channel Rare Penny Coins. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins to explore the mysterious 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Could this little coin in your pocket or coin jar actually be worth a fortune? Let's find out what makes this penny so valuable and if you might be lucky enough to have one. Show images of the Lincoln penny through the years, then focus on the 1980 version. The Lincoln cent has been an American icon since 1909, but not every penny is created equal. In 1980, the U.S. Mint released millions of pennies without a mint mark, meaning they were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Usually, a no-mint mark penny wouldn't catch anyone's attention, but as the years have passed, some of these 1980 pennies have become extremely desirable among collectors. Close-up shots of a pristine 1980 Lincoln penny versus a worn one. Highlight specific details on the coin. So, why would a 1980 penny without a mint mark be worth anything beyond face value? First, it's all about condition. Coins that remain in mint state, meaning they look almost brand new, are highly sought after by collectors. These coins are rare because most pennies from everyday use are scratched, faded, or even corroded. But that's not all. If a coin has any unique characteristics or errors, like a double die or off-center strike, it can become incredibly valuable. A comparison of a regular 1980 penny with any potential error types, such as a double die or misalignment. Collectors are on the lookout for rare variations or minting errors. For example, if you happen to find a 1980 penny with what's called a double die, where the design appears slightly doubled, it could be worth significantly more. Or, if the penny has an off-center strike or other minting mishaps, it becomes even more unique, and collectors may pay top dollar for it. Show a graded coin in a protective slab, close-ups of coin grading details. But here's the catch: to be worth big money, your 1980 Lincoln penny needs to be in exceptional condition and professionally graded. Coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC evaluate coins on a scale, with higher grades indicating better condition. For example, a 1980 no-mint mark penny graded MS65, mint state, or higher could potentially fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars in auctions. However, rare errors or unique characteristics could push that value even higher. Show recent auction listings or examples of graded 1980 Lincoln pennies sold for high prices. Let's look at some real-life examples. Recently, collectors have paid impressive amounts at auctions for 1980 Lincoln pennies in pristine condition or with unique features. Some of these coins have sold for hundreds, and in very rare cases, even thousands of dollars. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket change or old piggy bank. It's like finding treasure where you least expect it. Tips for searching through coin rolls: handling coins carefully with gloves, and storing them properly. So, how can you increase your chances of finding one of these valuable pennies? Start by searching through coin rolls or your loose change. Look closely at any 1980 pennies you come across. And remember, if you think you have a special one, handle it carefully. Try not to touch the surface, as fingerprints can lower its grade and value. Consider storing your coin in a protective case or even getting it professionally graded if you believe it could be valuable. There you have it. The story behind the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and why it might just be worth a small fortune. So, check your change and don't underestimate those pennies. Who knows, you might have a hidden gem waiting for you. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our latest coin discoveries. We're talking about the 1992 D-Mint Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has collectors and treasure hunters searching high and low. This specific penny, with a small, unique feature, can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in the right condition, maybe even over $1 million. So, what's the big deal about this penny? It all comes down to an error in the minting process. You see, in 1992, the Denver Mint accidentally used the wrong design on some of the Lincoln cents. This type of error is what we call the close AM variety. Now, let me break this down. Most 1992 pennies were made with a wide AM design. This means that the letters A and M in America on the reverse side are spaced apart. But on this rare error, the letters are placed very close together. That's why it's called the close AM variety. Only a few of these closed AM pennies slip through the quality checks, making them extremely rare. And because they're so scarce, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for one. In fact, a 1992 declosed AM penny in pristine, uncirculated condition sold at auction for over $20,000. And depending on the condition, some experts believe this coin could go for hundreds of thousands, if not even more. Alright, so now you're probably wondering, how can I find one of these? First, you'll need a 1992 penny with a D mint mark, indicating it was made in Denver. Then, flip it over and look at the America text on the reverse side. If you see that the and M are almost touching, you may have struck gold, well, in penny form, but remember, condition is key. The highest prices go to pennies that look practically untouched. If your coin has been in circulation and shows heavy wear, it'll still have value but won't hit those top auction numbers. So, if you have a 1992 declosed AM penny in mint or near mint condition, you're looking at potentially life-changing money. Before you rush off to sell it, make sure to get your coin authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Professional grading can certify your coin's authenticity and quality, increasing its value at auction. So, what are you waiting for? Start checking your penny jars, look through old collections, and maybe you'll be the next big coin collector success story. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a valuable tip here on channel Rare Penny Coins. Who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune. We're diving into the incredible world of rare coins, with a special focus on a small treasure that could be hiding in plain sight, the 1965 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. Believe it or not, this humble penny could be worth thousands, even up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1965 could make you a millionaire. But there are some things you need to look out for before rushing off to check your piggy bank. Let's dive into the fascinating history, rarity, and value behind this unique coin. In 1965, the United States Mint was in full gear. Millions of pennies were produced to meet the demand from the public. However, none of these coins had a mint mark, a decision that was part of a larger plan to deal with coin shortages at the time. Most U.S. coins have a mint mark that tells us where the coin was made, like Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. But in 1965, all pennies were produced without a mint mark as a cost-cutting measure, and to streamline production. So, why could this penny be worth so much today? Let's talk about rarity and condition. One of the most important factors is the condition. If you've got a 1965 penny that is in mint state, meaning it has no wear and tear, it could be very valuable. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are harder to come by, especially ones from over half a century ago. Combine that with errors like double die strikes, and you've got a potential jackpot. Errors are the true gems in the coin collecting world. Some 1965 pennies were struck with a double die, meaning the images or text appear doubled. This happens when the coin is accidentally struck twice, creating a unique, collectible look. Other valuable errors might include misaligned or off-center strikes. These mistakes make each coin totally unique, and collectors love them. Alright, so you've found a 1965 penny, now what? How can you tell if it's worth just a cent or thousands of dollars? First, examine the coin under magnification to see if there's any doubling or other errors. Check the edges, date, and design elements closely. Then, you'll want to assess its grade. The shinier and less worn, the better. For an accurate assessment, you might want to get your penny graded by a professional, like the PCGS or NGC. They'll give you an official grade and certification, which is essential for rare and high-value coins. The big-ticket value for the 1965 penny typically comes when a rare error coin is found in exceptional condition. Some unique error coins have been sold for hundreds of thousands, even crossing the $1 million mark at auction. So if you happen to have one of these pennies, you might be sitting on a small fortune. And that's the story behind the 1965 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Who would have thought a single penny could be worth so much? If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories on hidden treasures and rare finds. And remember, it's always worth double-checking that pocket change. Who knows, you could have a fortune waiting to be discovered. We're talking about a coin you might just have in your collection, a 1969 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that could be worth millions of dollars. That's right, this penny might make you rich. Stick around to find out why it's so valuable and how you can spot one. Let's dive into a bit of history. In 1969, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln 1-cent pennies with a D Mint mark. While these pennies are typically common, some rare varieties stand out due to unique characteristics. For collectors, these unique traits mean big bucks. The 1969 D penny has gained fame, not just for its age, but for a very special feature that makes it highly valuable. So, why is this penny so valuable? The answer lies in what's called a double die error. In coin production, a double die means the coin's design was accidentally struck twice, creating a shadow-like effect on the letters and numbers. If you look closely, you'll see a noticeable doubling on the date 1969 and the words Liberty and In God We Trust. The doubling is clear and sharp, unlike typical wear and tear, making these coins rare and valuable. Close-up images or animations of a 1969 D penny with the double die error to highlight these features. This error wasn't intentional, and only a few coins with this mistake were ever released into circulation. Because of their rarity and the fascinating story behind them, collectors are willing to pay a premium, sometimes even reaching 6 or 7 figures, for these coins. Now let's talk numbers. So how much is this 1969 D double die penny worth? Well, back in 2008, one of these rare pennies sold for a whopping $126,500 at an auction. And prices can vary. Some sell for tens of thousands, others for hundreds of thousands, depending on their condition and clarity of the double die error. This goes to show that if you have a 1969 D penny with this error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Alright, so here's the big question. How can you tell if your 1969 D penny is one of these rare finds? Here's what to look for. 1. The D indicates it was minted in Denver. 2. Look closely at the date 1969 and the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust. If you see a shadow-like doubling effect on these areas, you might have a rare double die penny. 3. Coins in mint or near mint condition are the most valuable. So, if your penny looks almost untouched, its value could skyrocket. Side-by-side comparisons of a regular 1969 D penny and the double die version. Remember, not all 1969 D pennies have this error, so check carefully. You might also want to take your coin to a professional grading service to verify its authenticity. Before we wrap up, here's a tip. If you're serious about coin collecting or finding valuable coins like this, invest in a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. This will help you spot any rare details that might be hard to see with the naked eye. Alright, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed learning about the 1969 D Mint Mark penny and what makes it so valuable. Who knows? Your change jar might be hiding a fortune. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing coin finds. We're talking about a coin that could be lying around in your piggy bank or wallet right now. The 1972 No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. But wait, this isn't just any penny. Some versions of this coin could be worth thousands, or even up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny could make you rich, so let's get into the backstory of this penny. The Lincoln cent, or Lincoln penny, has been in production for over a century, since 1909. And while the majority of these coins are pretty common, there are certain errors and variations that make some of them incredibly valuable. The 1972 penny is one of those rare coins that's sought after by collectors. But what makes this one so special? It all comes down to a very specific and rare error. The 1972 Lincoln penny is special because of what's called a double die error. A double die happens when the coin's design is mistakenly struck twice on the die before being pressed onto the blank coin. With the 1972 penny, this doubling error is very prominent. You can see it mostly on the words Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as the year 1972. This doubling creates a unique look, like a shadow effect. Not all 1972 pennies have this, which is what makes the ones that do so incredibly valuable. Now, if you want to check if your 1972 penny is the rare double die version, here's what you need to look for. First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the word Liberty. Do you see a slight doubling or shadow effect? Next, look at the motto In God We Trust, and finally, the date 1972. If there's noticeable doubling on any of these areas, you might have found something incredibly valuable. Alright, so let's talk about value. Why could this penny be worth up to $1 million? Well, the value depends on several things, like the condition of the coin, known as its grade, and the market demand. Coins with this doubling error in mint, uncirculated condition, meaning they show almost no signs of wear, can fetch top dollar. In fact, the highest graded 1972 double-die penny was once auctioned for over $20,000. Imagine if one even more pristine turns up. That's why some people think the perfect specimen could go for $1 million. So, what should you do if you think you have this rare coin? First, don't try cleaning it, as that can actually decrease its value. Next, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine your coin and assign it a grade. This can be helpful if you plan to sell it, as buyers tend to trust professionally graded coins more. Once you have a verified and graded 1972 double-die penny, there are a few ways to sell it. You could auction it online through sites like Heritage Auctions or even eBay, where coin collectors often look for rare finds. Or you might consider reaching out to local coin shops or attending coin shows to find interested buyers. It's all about finding the right marketplace to maximize your profit. So, there you have it. The 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is proof that even the smallest coin can be worth a fortune. Who knows? You might have one of these lying around right now. Let me know in the comments if you have a 1972 penny, and if you see any signs of that famous doubling error. Make sure to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!